And now, finally, some huge Hollyoaks news as famous Emmerdale legend John Middleton, also known as Ashley Thomas, is set to play a role in Hollyoaks as notorious gangster Froggy. And this is on, because usually these posts are all on like nonsense. This time, this time I actually get to kind of talk about it on a site that's not The Sun. So that's lovely. He's out for family, not forgiveness. Former Emmerdale favourite John Middleton is swapping the vicar's collar for criminal clout as he joins the cast of Hollyoaks in a brand new role. And it's a far cry from the village man of God we once knew. Middleton, best known to ITV viewers as long-suffering clergyman Ashley Thomas in the Yorkshire-based soap, will debut in Channel 4 as Fraser Black Sr., better known by his chilling prison moniker, Froggy. So, obviously, Fraser Black's granddad. So, that's kind of crazy because I don't really think we ever saw too much about Fraser's, past. I didn't even really know if Fraser Black's granddad was ever mentioned in Hollyoaks lore. Now, don't mind me just doing a bit of the old. I don't even know if Fraser Black's dad was ever mentioned. So it's a cool way to kind of bring in this character. Yeah, I don't think his dad was ever mentioned. Other than the fact that he would just be made to meet and kind of smooze in the criminal underworld. So, yeah, so him to be Fraser Black Sr. I like this. I like the way that this is a way to show how basically Hollyoaks, keep following this. Stop bringing back characters from the dead. Stop making up new characters. Just find a character that you have the opportunity to use and use them. You don't need to keep bringing back characters from the dead. I'm trying to sound northern. Don't need to bring back characters from dead. You just need to find a way. So, anyways, sorry. This is the first video I've recorded. It's fairly early, so don't mind me and my sleepy, tired voice. A feared name from behind bars, Froggy is currently serving time in Longmere Prison, but he's far from inactive. In true Hollyoaks style, he's already built up a shadowy empire from inside, and struck up a key alliance with none other than jailed taxman Tom Cunningham. With Tom acting as his off-the-books financial advisor, the duo are plotting something big, and that involves a twisted connection to Froggy's notorious granddaughter, Claire Devine. That's right, Froggy is revealed to be the patriarch of one of Hollyoaks' most infamous crime families. As the grandfather of Rex Gallagher, Grace Black and Claire Devine, his arrival promises to stir the murkiest waters of Hollyoaks in village history. Fans can expect high drama when Froggy is first seen in upcoming episodes, reacting to shocking news from Tom about his granddaughter Grace's whereabouts. But while Froggy is planning to a fresh start on the outside and hopes to reunite with his family, particularly with Grace, who he fondly calls Gracie, the question remains, will they even let him through the door? And John Middleton says, from vicar to villain is quite elite, but that's why I love this part. Froggy has a very dark history and could reveal everyone's murky past. He knows where all the bodies are buried, perhaps quite literally. It's an exciting return to TV for Middleton, whose Emmerdale character Ashley was written out in a devastating dementia storyline that earned critical acclaim. Since leaving the soap in 2017, he's appeared on stage and screen, including the UK tour of My Fair Lady as Colonel Pickering and his one-man show Hull and High Water. His extensive credits include Doctor, Prime Suspect 3, The Ruth Rendell Mysteries, Hetty Wainthropp Investigates, Cracker, and Heartbeat, among many others. Now, as Hollyoaks is a new kingpin, Middleton is stepping into a dangerous world of secrets, scores to settle, and family legacies soaked in scandal. Viewers should buckle up, as Froggy's just getting started. All right, who wrote this? Craig T. Cameron. Good work. Good work. Obviously, you've been doing a bunch of the soap stuff, so full credit to Craig T. Cameron. I like your style. I think they did a really good article there. So full credit to them. Thank you, Craig T. Cameron of ATV Today. So yeah, obviously I don't have too much of a background on watching Ashley Thomas in Emmerdale, but some tell me I'm not going to need to. I think it's interesting. One thing I am intrigued by Hollyoaks is Hollyoaks aren't scared to make these criminals actually evil. Because in most soaps, like if you ever read Phil Mitchell's done some dark stuff in the past, but they also want you to somewhat root for Phil. And they just kind of don't necessarily they don't necessarily know how to handle it, because in Hollyoaks, you're making all these bad people. They are genuinely trafficking humans in a hypothetical world, YouTube. They are doing horrendous stuff that you shouldn't really be able to redeem them from, but they do commit to it. Like, even Warren's done some messed up stuff, but even Warren's still, like, fan favorite. But, Claire Devine, Grace, even Rex. Now these characters are doing heinous shit. And absolutely doing depraved stuff. But even then it's kind of, like, not even that big of a deal, because... excuse me. Because they will write around it, and they will probably make us care for these characters in the end. So I'm excited. I'm always excited when some like soap royalty kind of comes to another show. I mean, we did see this with Rita Simmons, but a lot of the upheaval in Hollyoaks is seemingly over. So I'm not too worried about the future of it. But I am quite excited. I am quite excited to see where this goes. I don't have too much, though. Like I said, I don't really have an Emmerdale background. If he was a former EastEnders star, I'd have a lot more. But unfortunately not. But hey, very interesting. Looking forward to Foggy. Seen some people complain about this, and I've seen someone kind of pick up the fact that he complained about Emmerdale getting too stunt heavy at some point. But, I mean, soap stars, when you leave, you're allowed to have your problems. Who knows if he decided to leave or got fired. We don't know. Or just axed, rather. We don't know. But, all in all, very exciting. I mean, it's what I kind of typically wanted for a lot of this stuff. Like, as much as I have enjoyed the weird little inclusions of, like, Tommy and some of these weirder, smaller characters that we've not really seen too much so far, I do kind of enjoy this, but I also prefer it when Hollyoaks is trying to build more depth within these families, because these are the families that you basically stuck with the time jump. You need to keep doing, you need to build these families even then. So, and by continuing to build said families, it does feel like you are actually kind of remembering that you're supposed to build for the future. So, yeah, I think it's a really cool one, and I look forward to seeing it. The black how to not say this in a strange way. The To have Grace and Claire Devine's and Rector's granddad on our screens kind of would be interesting to see how they do it. Will there be kind of an internal power struggle? Will he kind of run everything from the inside? All that stuff and more, I think, is going to be interesting to see just how they pull it off on our screens. And it seems like he's kind of immediately coming in fairly quickly. So it doesn't seem like it'll be too long before we see Ashley Thomas in Hollyoaks as Fraser Black Sr. It'd be interesting because isn't one of his like great grandkids? Yeah. Isn't he Rose's great granddad? Or Dee Dee's? I don't remember. Whoever was actually Tegan's kid. But yeah, there we are. Interesting enough. Weird kind of timeline wise. I think this video will come out Wednesday, but I also have a Martha video that I recorded, but who knows which one will be out first. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.